practitioners and reach new clients. MetamorphosisConnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. MetamorphosisConnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit MetamorphosisConnections.com and sign up today.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low of 6 below, Thursday sunny with a high near 14, and Friday sunny with a high around 20.
Since 1984, Cafe Latte has been a hotspot for American eats and desserts. Enjoy gourmet salads, sandwiches, and soups with a unique cafeteria-style setup. Don't miss the pizza and wine bar offering gourmet pizzas and over 30 wines by the glass. Explore the bakery for fresh treats. Located off Victoria and Grand, more at cafelatte.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this One Question Reading Wednesday, which we're very happy about. As we move into stuff, I just wanted to do a shout out to Eden Prairie, to Adam. Hopefully you're having a good evening out there.
Yeah, we're at a whole 2 above 0 right now. It's my own private island out here.
Yeah, well, you know what? The good news is that we'll raise the stakes tomorrow. It'll be 15. So I just looked at my phone. I didn't know what Brett said about the weather there. I should have listened better to the AM 950 Weather Center, but I failed. But it's going to be a balmy, probably in the teens. So dress accordingly. Get the Hawaiian shirts out, or not. Or not, Adam. You don't have to wear anything you don't need to. That's fine.
Sorry, I was answering the phone. We have someone calling in for Deb already.
Already, look at that. That's their polite way of saying get on with it, Greg. That's kind of what they're talking about right now. We are doing one question readings tonight, and so let me just bring on one of my favorite people to have on the show. I look forward to every Wednesday. I don't want to speak for Adam, but I know he does as well. We have such a great time. This is so much fun to do. And I want to introduce, as we do every other Wednesday, psychic medium, refined divine, Deb is with us tonight. Deb, how are you doing tonight?
I am fantastic. Thanks.
Oh. Fantastic is the way to go. That's all I want to know. That's fantastic. So we're doing one question readings tonight. And for those of you who are, new to the program or don't really pay attention, we'll be happy to explain it. Is basically you can call in, put a comment down, and you can ask a question. It's one question that you ask Deb, and it's going to be stuff about, say, relationships, jobs, moving house, money, that sort of thing. That's stuff that's personal to you, but and people don't ask about like unsolved mysteries. Don't ask about anything dark. We don't talk about government. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about, Deb is not a lawyer. Deb is not a doctor. Don't ask like, why does my foot hurt? None of that stuff. We're not doing any of that. Okay. Just keep it one question and keep it very light. But here's the thing, Deb, these are just meant to be like the hors d'oeuvre, so to speak. This is not a full reading. This is answering one question. So what if you want to get a fuller reading? It's super simple. All you have to do is go over to refinedivinepsychic.com. That's a website, refinedivinepsychic.com. You can schedule a reading there, and you get a full reading. There's a bunch of different ways to do readings, but also over there, you can look at the retreats that they have coming up, the classes that Deb offers. There's a lot to do. So it's not only just about answering questions about maybe, psychic questions, some about your life, but go over to refinedivinepsychic.com, and you're able to also be able to, grow for yourself on an intuitive spiritual level as well. Also, if you're like, well, I like Facebook, and we all do, Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook. That's where you need to go. Like the page. You're going to see all of her upcoming events. We're going to be talking about those as well. And, Deb, did I cover everything on there pretty well?
Yeah, you always do such a great job. That's why I keep you around.
I'm glad someone is. And also, speaking of which, I have to say, and I said this at yesterday's program, you do the Tuesday night show. You had so many people watching last night on your program. Do you want to just tell everyone a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so we do Transformational Tuesdays live on our Facebook. And that feed is about understanding that what needs to take place for a transformation in your life. And so we take questions from the audience. On there on the comments, you can ask questions about your transformation. We share a lot about our lives, I and Dave, our transformation and things that we've been through, because Spirit is very loud about everybody understanding that we all go through the same stuff, and that it is so important to know that it is relatable and you're not alone. You're not alone. And that's what Transformational Tuesdays is about.
That's fantastic. And so check that out. And also, I just want to say, too, that at least once a month, we bring Deb back for not one question readings, but we talk about something that she's experienced. And her experiences, we take that, we parlay that into ways that maybe people can learn and understand certain things that might affect their lives with that as well. And we just had you on not yesterday, but a week ago, Tuesday, talking about your experiences with possession. And that was really an incredible program, a lot of great information. And I think a lot of people were just really enjoying, like, understanding and learning. And I hope that it translated for some people to learn a thing or two from it as well.
Yeah, well, Greg, the next time that we are on and we are talking about our experiences, I cannot wait to share that 10 years of my childhood, I grew up in the old hospital in Viroqua, Wisconsin.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. So, folks, put your questions in the comments section, first of all, but you're always going to get to the front of the line if you call in. You can call in tonight because Adam is graciously going to answer your call. 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. That is where we're heading right now. We have Eddie on the phone. And how are you doing tonight?
I'm evil.
Do you just say you're evil? Honestly, he didn't come through very well, and I was like, I'm evil. I'm like, all right.
No. Nothing evil here. I just said I'm doing good in yourself.
Okay, yeah. It was like it did. I'm not the only one that heard like it didn't come through very well, right? I just want to make sure I'm not trying to be funny over here. It was like, okay, what is that? I'm good. I'm happy that you're good and I'm good as well. Okay, let's start over again, Eddie. What do you got for Deb tonight?
The Powerball numbers, since I know how this works so well. I'm just kidding. My question is there going to be a change or reprieve with the circumstances with my sibling?
It feels like like a control struggle. Like I'm right, you're right, who's right? And spirit wants you to know that your truth, their truth, and then the real truth. And so understand that we all have a standpoint from which we understand and what we see through our mind's eye, and know that love always wins. And they're really loud about this. Love always wins. And we do feel within a couple months it's gonna be a lot better between you guys.
That sounds good to me.
That
Thank you.
and so
Thanks for
so
calling in.
yeah, that's great, Eddie, and thank you very much for the call. Really appreciate it. And so with that, once again, folks, put your questions into the comments. There's a lot of you watching, and no one's putting in questions. Are you afraid of us? You know how this works, and you can call in as well. We actually really prefer the call-ins only because you get that one-on-one with Deb, and that's really important because Deb will ask a lot of follow-up questions. Even though it's one question, she wants to be able to make sure that you get the best reading out of it as possible. You know, while we're waiting for more people to put their questions in or calling in, I find like right now, speaking for myself, because I'm trying to think, is there a question that I could ask Deb that I would want answered? And there isn't, you know, there. Do you run into this often where people they talk to you and they start to identify their own shifts? And what I mean by that is I feel like within the last month or so, I have shifted into an area personally that I feel like there is nothing but new beginnings and new opportunities. And it's just been something that has been very exciting for me, actually, because it's not like big things. It's more like finally getting back to where I was like 3 years ago, where things were pretty stable. And now I feel like I can be stable again.
So we've always seen this for you since we the first time we met you, we said to Dave, there's so much potential inside of Greg, and I cannot wait for that to be unlocked, because I know for a fact, Greg, that you have so many psychic abilities that are just waiting to be tapped into and used. And they're so strong because every time I get close to anybody who is psychic, my third eye activates. And so there's no hiding from it. You know, it's not something that I do or I impede on people, but literally my third eye just goes, zzz. I have this
Right.
clockwise energy. And every time we get on together, and as soon as I'm in your space, that activates, because there is so much inside of you that's just waiting. And we can't wait, because you're going to go so much further than you ever even thought you would.
It's exciting. It is exciting. And over the past couple weeks, and like we talked about earlier, I did something today where I did a live spirit box session for the first time in 6 months on Facebook, and I did a crossing over as well, and it just something just unlocked with me, you know, that finally something's like something I haven't felt in a very long time. And the energy's just been running rampant through it. So I'm very excited about that, because it feels like getting back to where I should be at. So thank you for that. I appreciate that very much. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
that's so
You know,
awesome. It's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. And,
you
and
know,
it's so energizing, isn't it? Like
yes,
the
yes.
life that comes with it, and the invigoration. And it's like you just have this unlimited energy when we are working with the other side, and they just supply us with all of like this love inside of our body when we are helping them and assisting. And the calling is great. And when you listen, it really does supply.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what else is exciting is that once again, you can call in with your one question readings, 952
Yeah.
946 6205 952 946 6205. That is where we're going right now. We are going to be talking with Angie. Angie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you, Greg?
Doing very well, thank you. Do you got a question for Deb tonight?
I do. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Angie.
My
Thanks for calling in.
question is, of course. My question is that it seems like I've almost been cheating death like since I was a kid. like so many circumstances where I shouldn't have made it, either between behaviors or almost drowning, illnesses, things like that. Who or what has been helping me along the way to save me from these?
So, Angie, I also have a life like that. And so, us spiritual led beings, we seem to tamper with life and death quite a bit because when we are faced with death, that is when we recognize and know what life is. Some of us, I can change, um, are harder to teach than others. Do you know anybody like that, Ange?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And so when we're more stubborn headed and bullheaded, God and higher self and spirit and our soul, all of them together and our guides will give us these experiences so that we can experience the darkness because we can't know the light until we experience the dark. And when these things and experiences happen to us, it pulls us back into that light being that we're meant to be. And so it's a part of the yin and the yang. And like I said, some of us learn harder than others. So when we're presented with death, we sure do behave really well afterwards, don't we?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so that's what's going on. It's a little wake up call. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Got it. Thank you. You guys
Thank
have
you.
a good
Yeah,
night.
thanks for
You
calling.
too. Thank you for the call. Yeah, that's really interesting, and I'm not surprised that that's kind of been with you as well. I wouldn't say that for myself personally, but I've heard a lot of people who've felt that way too. That there's been one thing after another, and it you do start to ask after a while, like, okay, what does this mean, and what's
Yeah.
and
Well, we know what our death was about. We had COVID for 27 days with 103 fever, and we were number 5 in Wisconsin. So literally they had no idea what was going on and all the things with COVID. And while we had that fever for the 27 days, we were on death's door. And God talked to us through those 27 days, and spirit was very clear that this was the end for me unless I came out and used my abilities and listen to my calling and come out and do what I was supposed to do, or he was going to delete me. So I didn't really have a choice at that point. But let me tell you, I didn't listen. And
yeah.
so we said that we would come out and do it, and we had all the plans in the world to do it, Greg, but we didn't. And then we ended up in the dentist chair where we then had a reaction to anesthesia. The second time we almost kicked the bucket. And then a third time, we then got an abscess, an infection that spread. But after the third time, we did listen.
It was better late than never. It's interesting. You brought up COVID, and it's kind of weird that this is now a faint memory for me because this was very scary back at the time. My first time of COVID back in 2022, 2023. I didn't think I was going to make it either, actually, and to the point that there would be a voice that I would hear that says, "You're not going to get out of it this time." And
Yes.
that was scary because I always, when I'm sick, I always kind of like think about when I get out of it, when I get past or whatever, I'm going to have like bad flus or something. But it was a persistent voice that kept saying, "You're not going to get out of this one." And I always call the power of death hanging down. I could remember being down in the living room, and it just seemed like the further you looked up towards the ceiling was just hanging like darkness.
Yes.
And it was like there's a lot of people who came to my rescue spiritually, but
Oh, yes, same.
someone said to me, have you been calling on your angels, Saint Michael and Raphael and all? And I looked at them, and this is just to go show where my mind was. I said, I didn't even think about them. And that's a
Yeah.
real, for me to say that meant that something was really had a hold of me, because that would be the first place I would go.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And we
Yeah.
know that COVID is an entity. And we knew that when COVID first hit, we knew that it was an entity that was taking over people's bodies, and it was traveling from body to body to body. But to survive, it had to weaken itself because it was killing off all of its hosts. And
Yeah.
so we have never been so dark and so lost in our entire lives as when we had COVID. So we
Absolutely.
understand completely.
Absolutely. In the comments on deck, I have Amber. In the calling I have Linda on deck. We're not going to get to Linda quite yet because I need to take a break. Once again, folks, call in if you want your question read. You can put it in the comments too, but we do recommend calling in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We're going to have more one question readings with Deb, and it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to this. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. We are doing one question readings tonight with the one and only Refined Divine Psychic Medium Deb. We've been helping, she's been helping a number of people so far tonight. Put your questions in the comments, but you are able to get to us much quicker. And I think it's going to be a much better experience, to be perfectly honest. If you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. That is where we are going right now with Linda. Linda, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. How are you?
I'm doing well, Linda. How are you?
I'm doing good. Am I still connected?
You're connected to us. That's all I know. So that's
okay. All righty. So I've had many careers in my life, and I have for the last few years I've been just chomping at the bit to go study something. And there's like 4 or 5 options, and I don't really know which one I want to choose. So can you help me?
Sure. Is there one about human design?
Well, I have a design career. I have I've studied a lot of not a lot of different healing modalities, but I want to study Reiki. I studied for 2 years with Sylvia Brown, but I didn't really go much forward. I went into having a family, and I had other careers too that fell into place. So it's design is my big thing, and I love coding, but I just don't know if that's the avenue to go into, or more book design and cover design. It's a lot of stuff I could do.
Yeah, and so we say, why just pick one? Why just pick one? Right? I mean, as long as you're
Yeah.
happy, there's no wrong answer. And us spiritually driven people, we tend to have our little fingers in so many different pots at once, right? And so Spirit is saying to us, we heard right away when you got on human design, because you are really, really apt to want to help people and understand them and how they tick. And you also are really apt to the design part of anything. And so they said really loud when
Yeah.
you first came on human design. And whatever that means, I have no clue.
Okay.
So
Sounds
look it
like
up.
all spirit.
Does that
And
help at
Linda,
all,
we
I think
Linda?
also,
Pathfinder. I think Pathfinder is in my life.
Hmm. But does anything that Deb said to you, does that resonate?
Yeah, she's it's everything that does to do with the human people's emotions and their stories, and
yeah.
I read people really well in that regard. And so it's
Hmm.
like it's like I don't have one particular avenue of advice for anybody. I have a lot of avenues of advice, and I guess that's the design part, is figuring out what's the best for them.
Yeah, and so
Maybe
why
that's
just
it.
pick one
Oh,
and let it be whatever it is, Do all of them. That's why we have
yeah.
so many different ones that we do too, Linda. And also we have classes also, and I do mentoring programs. So if you ever need some help with that, give us a shout out.
Well, thanks. Okay.
All
I'll talk
right.
to you later.
Appreciate the call,
Take
Linda.
care.
Thank you very much. And I was just about to talk about that, Deb, that once again, folks, if you are like, you're like, okay, these one questions are great, but I need a little bit more. I need some more from this. Deb offers full readings and offers different kind of ways to do readings. So you got to go to refinedivinepsychic.com, see what what works best for you to get the readings and get the information that you need. But also, as Deb just said to Linda, there's a lot more to it. There's classes, there's ways to help build your spirituality, build your gifts, build where you want to go. And Deb has been doing this for such a long time, and so many people are so impressed after taking the classes, going to the retreats. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com, figure all that out, see it all. Also, if you're on Facebook, go to Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook. Please go and like the page, and you can see everything that Deb and her husband Dave are going to be at event-wise. And what do you have anything going on this weekend?
Oh, yes. We have Saturday, we are at the Toma. We're in Toma, and we are at what hotel, Dave?
Cranberry Lodge.
Cranberry Lodge on Saturday from 10 to 5.
Cranberry Lodge.
The Cranberry Lodge, Toma,
Cranberry
Wisconsin.
Lodge. Yep.
From 10 to 5, I am going to be having the Psychic Gallery. I am the highlight there at 11 o'clock. $25 for that ticket. You can get tickets on my site or the Rooted Holistic site. And then Sunday is my next one-day retreat here in Galesville, Wisconsin. It's $100 for the whole day, 11 to 4. We're going to be going to Kenstone, which is just a short 18 minutes from our shop here. We have a crystal shop, healing room, and a whole little seminar section set up here. And we would love to have you. And I'll tell you what, if somebody would like to attend tonight from this show, I'll give 3 free spaces for Sunday. All you have to do is comment underneath here for Greg, so Greg can tell me. And Dave will write your name down and send us a message on Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook.
I was going to say they should say Cranberry Lodge.
Cranberry Lodge, right next to Jellystone National Park. But also if you go over to Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook, don't just send a message, like the page if you haven't already.
Oh yes, please follow us. Yeah, follow us. And if you want to come this Sunday, I do have some extra spots. We had quite a few cancellations for this Sunday, so we always gift it forward. So 3 free spots if you guys would like to attend, or Greg and Adam, if you're free, come on out.
Put it in the comments there. We'll open it up to our listeners who have supported us so much. Please put it in the comments. Let us know you want to go, and we'll let Dave know that you're going to go out to Well, you're not going to go out to Cranberry Lodge, but you should still go out to Cranberry Lodge regardless. So that's great. We are doing one question readings with psychic medium Refined Divine Deb, and we're going over to the comments. Amber is saying, my question is, who was playing a music box in my basement yesterday? There is no music box in my house and no one downstairs at the time.
Amber, this feels like something that's attached to the house, actually. It feels, did you hear it in Mind's Eye? Did you hear it? Are you gifted? Did you hear it inside? Did you hear it psychically?
Yeah, Amber, if you want to put that in the comments. I know Amber, but I won't answer for her because that's not my place.
Gifted? I could tell. Yes, gifted.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she's gifted. So in Mind's Eye. Okay. So the communication seems to be that this is something that has been stemmed from the house, but you've been doing more work or more expansion, like growing in a different direction. And so this is like just part of those abilities just growing and adding onto themselves. And so we feel like this is like, hey, we're here. Like
Well, Amber says yes, she's gifted, but my daughter also heard it. Amber, which daughter heard it as well? If you don't mind me asking. No, I'm taking over as well.
That's okay.
I'm just so energized by
Dave
Cranberry
and my
Lodge.
children often hear the same things that I hear in Mind's Eye. So that doesn't really mean much when you have a house full of psychics. Because we generally hear the same stuff, and it definitely was inside. And we also see the same things in Mind's Eye, and we also share dreams. When you have a house full of psychics, man, shit gets wild.
Yeah, absolutely, very
Dave
much
just
so.
kicked me. I must have swore.
Well, it could have got through if you didn't say that part, but yes, maybe you did.
Cranberry Lodge.
Yep, that's what you get for getting so excited over Cranberry Lodge. Let's see here. Yeah, so Amber says Samantha's also gifted, but doesn't do much with it right now, but she heard it as well. And once again, to your point, that just kind of validates what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. When we have a lot of gifted people, we can all hear. And when we are gifted, our lights light other lights. And so it's like our beacon is lit up and mine is extremely strong. So when other people that are intuitive or psychic come in our area, their abilities become stronger because of our beacon. And so that's what happens with our children. When I'm around my daughter and my son, they're a lot more psychic and intuitive than they are when I'm not around. And so that happens with all of us that are gifted.
Okay. Amber is like, I feel there's a portal in one of the bedrooms, but they don't respond to me like others do. And folks, this is why you call in. This is because it's an ongoing thing. I mean, I think right now we identified that people are, that you being psychic, you're hearing something. As far as who it is, I mean, you kind of gave your explanation of what that is, and I think we've answered that, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So appreciated, Amber, and the thing is with that as well. That's why please call in. We're not scary people, mostly, and it's fun because then it's easier and quicker, dare I say, to get to where we want to on this. So now Angie is in with some very important information. She feels like the Berenstain Bears went to Cranberry County Lodge, and in all honesty, they do a water park in there though. So there you go at the Cranberry Lodge. So you got to come out there. What I'm really surprised about is no one has yet claimed one of the 3 spots in the retreat on Sunday. And folks,
that's sad for them.
That's sad. Yeah, you're lost, folks, but there's plenty of time to do so. Just put your name in the comments or, whatever, your social security number, whatever, I mean, just whatever.
Good Lord. No,
and,
I don't want any part of that.
No, but put your name in there. Let us know that you're interested in it and, go from there. It's really a great opportunity. And we've known a lot of people who have taken up on that and had a great experience. Let's see here.
Yes.
We have Stacy in the comments, and she says, "Hi, Greg, Adam, Deb, and Dave. Thank you for putting us all in there. I'm learning about alien families and practicing meditation. Will I be able to connect with my alien family?
Stacy, that is a question for Greg.
So I saw this earlier, and my first gut instinct is be careful for what you wish for, and be careful for what you want to attain to, because you need to be aware of the energies that surround this, and that you have to be very careful. It's because there, and I'm not saying this is you, Stacy, but there are people that perhaps is me actually that went after this stuff because we just wanted to experience it, and now it's with us and it stays with us, and you really have to be careful about that. Okay, I just really want people to be cognizant of what you're getting yourself into. Connecting with your alien family is a no-brainer. It's not difficult, and it's more than likely that you have been, even if it's not like you're partially alien or anything, that there's probably been an alien that's been you've been a case study. Your family's been a case study for them for a very long time. Just be careful with it, okay? Because if you want to do so, you will be able to do it. But just be careful of what is it that you want out of this? What do you think you're going to be getting out of it versus what are you really going to get out of it? And I'd be more than happy to talk more with you about it later. But just be careful with it on the top level. That's what I would say, because it's legit, and it's not it's not as simple or as safe as you might think it is. So
correct.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see here. I want to take a break as we're getting, because we have another caller. I want to get to Heather when we get back from break. We have some more questions. We have a whole lot of other thing as well. There's a lot to get through, and nobody has yet taken up the retreat. I take it as a personal insult. I'm just going to be honest. Also, if you're not watching online, you can call in and let Adam know that you're interested in the retreat. Let's do that as well. I mean, they don't have to just be Facebook people. You can call in 952-946-6205 if you're interested in the Sunday retreat with Deb. She has 3 seats available. If you want to call in for one of them, please do so. So we're going to do that. We got some calls. We got all sorts of good stuff. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches. turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're actually doing a replay tomorrow, and it's actually an episode that had aired just a few weeks ago, but we've had people asking to rerun it again, and that is Liz Johnson from Megas Books. We're going to be talking about esoteric herbs. We played this back on January 29th, but we're going to play it again. There's some really great information from there. And Megas Books, they're located on Central Avenue in the Twin Cities. Please check it out and take a listen tomorrow. It's great. It's really very good. And then, of course, Friday will be Casual Friday. So we're really we love Casual Friday. It's a lot of fun. And now we are continuing on with our one question readings with Psychic Medium Refined Divine. It's been very good so far tonight. And I Deb, if you don't mind me saying so, because Stacy left a comment in regarding the alien stuff again. She goes, I remember you had a scary experience. I'm just going to politely correct you on that it wasn't, I mean, scary is one part of it, but it's also a life-changing experience. And the idea that, when your vision has changed forever, how you see things, how you interact with things because of those experiences, you got to ask yourself, is that the path? Is that the path you want to go down? So, as I just said, you said that you'll treat it with respect. It's actually more about that. I just would really recommend double checking why you want to do that. And that's just my opinion. You do what you need to do. It's your journey, but I just please be careful with it. So enough of my own soapbox on that. But we got some more questions for you. How
All right.
you want some more questions? You can put it in the comments. You can put it in the comments, but you can also call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We go to Heather. And Heather, how are you doing tonight? Welcome to GhostBox Radio.
I'm fabulous. How are you guys?
Pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. What's your question for Deb tonight?
Well, Deb, I always feel like I'm never doing enough. And then I get locked up and waste a bunch of time because I'm overwhelmed. And I don't know if I'm just being too hard on myself or if I am just not doing enough or what.
Mm-hmm. And so when we feel not enough, it's because we're not giving ourselves enough attention and enough self-love. And so your guides are just screaming that Heather needs a break. Heather needs a set of time set aside for peace, a time set aside for self, for rest, and for rejuvenation, and knowing that nothing in life is that important to make us feel this insignificant. Know that life is just choices, and as we choose, we can just choose new choices. And as we choose, it's okay to change your mind and it's okay to rest and not make things such a big deal. Your guides are just saying to us that you're just so worried about what everybody else is perceiving you as. Please just focus on what makes Heather happy.
So I'm not failing at my mission on Earth?
No, you are not failing at your mission on Earth. You're a really good person and you have really good intentions. And we just need you to know how much you are loved and how grateful we are for you, all of us. Not just your guides and your angels, but I and Dave specifically. Heather is one of our students and she is a very, very good person.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You sound like
Yeah.
you're at your wit's end. Is that true? Am I accurate with that?
I don't know about my wit's end. I did just wake up from a nap an hour ago, but
Nice.
With everything going on in the world and the mass awakening, I feel like I'm not doing enough to help it along.
Know that you'll always be guided to whoever it is that we're supposed to be helping. We don't ever push or we don't ever have expectations to what we're going to be doing. Know that you're always divinely guided because that's the truth. You are.
Okay, fair
And
enough. Thank you.
and also I'd
Mhm.
like to, if I may add, I think, especially if you have other people that are depending on you and stuff, is that it all starts with yourself. And if you're unable to take, just the right care for yourself, that's why you have to put yourself first, because putting yourself first emanates that out for everybody. So that you help, that you live with, that you take care of, all that. So I just,
Absolutely.
and I don't know if you could see the comments, Heather. I don't know if you're watching online or just call in, but there's a lot of people in the comments right now who are just very pro Heather at the moment, and they just want the best for you. So Angie is saying,
Yes.
"Love you, Heather." Stacy is, "You are awesome, Heather." So you know what? You got a lot of people here who we're all cheering you on. So you're
Oh yeah, she's always the first to try to come in and help anytime we ever need it. She's a great person.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
thank you, Heather. We appreciate the call.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Thank you. Let's see here. Deb says, I would love to tell you something about Deb. I went to one of her galleries, and she is a fun-loving, caring person. Best of all, she is not afraid to give away things. She is a very giving person. If you can grab those tickets, grab them. You won't regret it. I loved every minute of her gallery. And also go to the gallery at Cranberry Lodge, and then also the retreat. The retreat on Sunday, where there's some free tickets available if you'd like to claim them. So and at the risk of not getting the questions, I also want to remind folks to see the retreats, to see the classes, and to get more in-depth readings from Deb. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com, or you can also go to Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook, okay, and go and like the page. Let's see here. Let's get some more questions in, as we have plenty of time for questions. So let's see what we can find here. Let's see here. I don't think we had one Amber already, but this is a second Amber. And Amber says, Deb, I just want to thank you. You were right. I officially got offered the manager's position and just need to do the interview with the big boss. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Absolutely.
And that was through
You
the
deserve
show,
it.
wasn't it, that she asked the question originally?
Dave said yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dave. I'm glad some.
Dave's got a memory of a dinosaur.
Well, and I don't expect you to remember, because you're just kind of, it's like in and out on nights like this. But I couldn't remember. Let's see here. What else do we got here?
And also, Greg, if people are afraid to talk to us one-on-one, which we do find sometimes, we do have the right 5 questions for $45. That's always a great option. If you just have 5 questions you'd like to really know or about your life, you can always buy those on our website, and you just send us a message and we answer your questions. And so it's a nice, easy way where you don't have to come to the shop or even talk to us in person.
How do you respond? Do you respond in writing, or do you respond like with a voice message that you send to them?
Writing.
Okay. Wow. That's
I mean, I
something.
could do. Hey, that's kind of a good idea. Never thought of it.
Yeah, I'll take $5 of each sale, since I've just made your life a little bit easier. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Just trying, because we got a lot of people on here being very helpful, and they're all very pro Heather. No one here seems to have any kind of questions here. Let's see. Laura says,
Can I say something about the planes?
No. Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I want you all to be very careful about your flying and what you're doing out there. We called this before it started happening. We knew, and it is within the United States that it's when they're flying within is where you need to watch out. If you're going out of the country, you're fine. If you're coming in, you're okay. But it's the flying within that seems to be the issue. And so just be very careful and listen to your inner self. When your gut says something's wrong, listen to it. You know, your heart and your body are gut. Your head is always going to think all kinds of crazy stuff, but your heart and your body are always psychic. So if you feel like something's wrong and you get that drop, just listen to it. Just listen to it and just know that you're always divinely protected and that God's always got your back because it's the truth, right? And nobody dies before their time. And so let's let the scarcity and the scary part of the planes kind of go and just listen to yourself. You'll know if you're not supposed to take the plane because there's so much fear right now around flying in planes. So we just wanted to address the planes and the flying because we wanted people to understand, you'll know. Just listen to yourself.
Absolutely. And and be brave. Like, you might be like, well, this is silly, I don't want to listen to my intuition because I put so much money into something like a ticket or something, but you should just listen to what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ashton asked the question, should I take the class or wait until I get the whole experience of it all?
Take the class.
Yeah, there you go. Ashton, take the class. And
Greg, we forgot about our cruises. We launched our cruises. So our first cruise is going to be going out of Galveston, Texas, 17 hours straight from Wisconsin, no flying needed. And then we're going to be
Just a
going on
hop,
the
skip,
Carnival.
and a jump. Yeah.
That's right. Just a little south. And we're going to be going on the Carnival Breeze. And we're going to be
Wow.
going for 5 days. We're going to Cozumel, Progreso. We're going to the rainforest, the Maya ruins. And we're doing 2 days of a spiritual retreat on the sea days of the cruise.
Wow. That's great. That sounds amazing. You
Well,
have
and the great part is that we reserve so many rooms that you can go on the cruise starting at just $500 for 5 days, everything included, your food, your drinks, your lodging. And then my end of it is 444. So for under $1,000, you have yourself a 2-day spiritual retreat, 5 days of everything included, and a life-changing experience on the ocean.
So are you able to sign up on your website now for that?
Yes,
Okay.
you can. Yep.
Yeah.
Go to Cruise with Refined Divine.
Is that the name of the site, or is that on the site?
Yep.
On the site. Okay.
It's on my Refined Divine, and then you drop the drop down screen. It says Cruise with Refined Divine, and click that, and it has the whole schedule and how you sign up and all the things. And we take payment plans for the cruise itself and for our retreat part.
I like the sound of all of that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
like
we are
that.
so excited.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
I was over here thinking, what are you going to do when I'm on a cruise and you have to run this boat by yourself, Greg?
We just bring Patrick in to run the board, and we'll just be on it. We'll be on a cruise is all I know. That's how that works.
GhostBox with suntans.
Yeah. That's, instead of saying how's Adam and Eden Prairie, it'll be how's Patrick and Eden Prairie for a week. So there you go. Wouldn't that be fun to?
If you guys go, we got to have matching Crocs.
Did you just hear Dave?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did. I mean, that's that's the down part of this duo, is that's why we only have to have a mic on you going forward. So we can't
oh my God.
He'll
do it too. He'll do it.
I don't wear Crocs. Okay. I don't think, Adam, do you wear Crocs?
I have never owned a pair of Crocs. No.
So that's surprising.
Do you want to hear the even funnier part of this?
Sure.
Neither does Dave.
Oh, he's just being difficult. Oh, because I'm like, it's a rare thing that the two blood brothers over there, Adam and Dave, have different opinions on something. Adam's not wearing Crocs, and Dave is. So okay, now the universe is aligned again. If it's okay with you all, we have one more question to ask. If
sure,
you all,
yeah.
If Dave, you're done being funny over there, we can get to the matter at hand here. Sherry asked the question, is there anything specific my guides are trying to tell me?
Follow your heart more when it comes to your decisions you're making. You tend to overthink things and you listen to your head quite a bit. So your guides are like, it's trying to tell you to drop into that heart and listen, because that's always going to lead you in the right direction. And that's also going to advance that intuitiveness that you've been feeling. You've been seeing a lot more signs lately and feeling a lot more connected. And that is them pushing you to listen.
There you go. Sherry, I hope that resonates with you. Appreciate the question. As we are wrapping up here, just want to once again remind folks that first of all, as on this, we haven't had anybody claim those tickets for the retreat. If they are interested, can they reach out to you via your Facebook
directly.
page?
Yep.
Please do
Facebook page or the website, whichever way is completely fine. Whoever's supposed to be there will.
Absolutely. And then you'll be Saturday, you're going to be in Toma at Cranberry Lodge doing your gallery, right?
Yeah, 11 o'clock, $25 for that ticket. We are hilarious and we're a psychic medium, so it's a great show.
Well, and you're very accurate and you're very good. I've been in your galleries before, so you and as Deb said earlier, as she wrote in, she's like, yeah, you want to go check out the gallery, so please do so. Please go and find out if you are waiting to get more information on the retreat to decide whether or not you want to have a ticket. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com or go to Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook, and you'll get all the information you want from there. So, I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that, right? I mean, that's not so shabby.
And it's moving from fear to freedom.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we're going to have you back on March 5th for one question readings, March 11th for we haven't decided what experiences you're going to be talking about, and then March 19th for one question readings as well. So looking forward to it as always, Deb and Dave, I guess. So yeah, it's good.
Let's call him Croc Boy.
Croc Boy. It's a croc, that's for sure. All right, Deb, thank you so much as always. Dave, you too. We'll be back tomorrow with Liz Johnson and Casual Friday. Everyone, have a fantastic evening.
Thanks.
Hey, Minnesota, it's your favorite